taking over. Let's go. It's Ferrall. Coast to coast. Steaks, chicks, stacks. You and I are going to make a lot of money. It's Ferrall. Coast to coast.
So, a couple things. One, get the SportsGrid app. It's phenomenal. It's free. It's on iOS or Android. You can follow your favorite hosts like Carver High on there. Get all the odds, in-game odds, stories, news, highlight scores. It's got it all. The SportsGrid app. Second thing, Saturday and Sunday, 1 to 3, betting above the rim. We'll be talking about, obviously, all of this NBA offseason, free agency, the draft, which is coming up. Speaking of which, next Wednesday and Thursday is that event. So on Thursday, the 27th, which is a week from today, Carver High and I, Coach Young, will be at the SportsGrid studios doing a special coast-to-coast wrapped around the second day of the NBA draft. And I think that's a decision that was made based on the fact that this is just me in my sleep thinking the first round is so awful with all those foreigners that no one cares about it at all. And the second day is when all the players you've heard of are getting drafted. That's the reality of what's happening this year in the draft. Wednesday is terrible. Thursday is when everyone you've heard of will be drafted. And we'll be doing coast to coast 3 to 6 from the plush SportsGrid studios down the Jersey show. And I may force Coach Young to buy me dinner. There might be some of that involved in this. Wow. I'm looking in.
Yeah, I'll get in on that. Coach can buy me dinner too. That's fine by me. If Coach wants to buy, I'm certainly good. I mean, listen, you've had Joey Prawns bring in some big spreads from time to time over there at Bellworks. So that would be nice if we can get that out of Coach, that's for sure. So, yes, that will be next week. SportsGrid coverage. They'll have the special on Wednesday night as well, Scotty, for round number 1. Round 2 starts next Thursday at 4 p.m. East, which is when me and you will be on with C2C from the studio getting things involved. Here's your odds. You and Coach mentioned this. The top pick
wait, time out.
Again.
I got 3 left. Time out.
Yes.
Oh, wait a minute. Stop.
Yes.
You're telling me you're telling me right now that the NBA is starting the second round at 4 Eastern on Thursday?
Correct. That's why we're we're going to be there.
While everyone's at work?
I could not answer those questions for you. I'm not sure why. I don't know why they needed to split it into 2 days, but that is precisely what they're going to do.
That's as bad of an idea as the WNBA having afternoon games, hoping children will come to the games now that they're out of school. Like, honestly, here's a newsflash for them. When kids are out of school, they want to go swimming. They want to have fun with their friends. Really? They're going to WNBA games now? Kids that's what they're doing in their spare time? Here, let me buy $200 worth of basketball tickets and spend the day at the arena watching the WNBA. I am telling you, kids are insane. They want to go swimming and partying with their friends. That's it. End of story. And I mean, how many kids have the money to flip to go to professional basketball games? I sure hope the WNBA is giving away tickets for $10 because otherwise no one's going. They had some game today in the afternoon. What is it, a holiday? I was like, seriously? I mean, yesterday I couldn't get it in the post office. Today I got to watch afternoon chick basketball. Christ almighty, at least have the games at night so people can go with their families. Who in their right mind goes to a 2 o'clock WNBA game? I mean, honestly, kids going to the WNBA games. My ass. Okay? Every kid I know is at the pool. Okay? Or at the country club pool or wherever it is. Or, I mean, honestly. I'm not even wrong. Don't even start with me, Carver High. You know I'm right. What are your kids doing? You got Ray Lewis playing championship-level baseball. Little Willie ain't going to no WNBA game. He's going to the pool, man. My man's in the hot tub styling.
Yeah, probably punching someone in the face while he's in it, the way that he's been going lately. Your boy.
And that I support fully.
He is just getting real violent lately. Pacers give Pascal Siakam.
Let's put him in a hockey uniform and put him in a corner.
That's it. Pacers give Pascal Siakam 4 years, $189 million max deal. He won't be on the market. You mentioned with Coach, the Pistons chopped Monty Williams after 1 year. The good news for Monty is, Scotty, he gets to sit on $65 million that they owe him for not coaching the next 5 years. Man, what a nice way at it.
No,
I was saying yesterday, I wouldn't even work, man. Somebody calls me up to coach, I'd be like, yeah, I'm chilling over here. I got 65 large.
You know what else? How about this guy? Like, you know how bad journalism is today? Let me tell you how bad it is, because I got it down to a science. So this guy gets fired, and he has $65 million owed. And in less than 5 minutes, the rumor started that he was getting the Lakers job. That's how bad sports journalism is now. Like, honest to Christ, who in their right mind is hiring this guy to coach their team? I mean, he's bad luck personified. I don't care what anybody says. That guy, like, he is the most overrated coach. I mean, I don't even know. I'm going to put him up there with Doc Rivers. Doc Rivers is the worst playoff black cloud diner coach I've ever seen in my life. And Monty Williams was the most overpaid, overhyped, just train wreck of a coach. I don't care what anybody says. What did he ever do but lose? I couldn't even believe the money they gave him in Detroit. And for that matter, while I'm at it, who in the F wants to coach or live in Detroit? I mean, honestly, my best friends live there and they hate it. I have friends that live there. They'll just admit right to me, I hate my life. I hate it here. They tell me on the phone all the time, I hate it. Do me a favor. Get me out of here. It's like prison. You know what? The mayor of Kingstown, they should have filmed it not in Pittsburgh. They should have filmed it in Detroit because it's supposed to be a Michigan show, and it's hell on earth to begin with. It would have been a perfect place just to film it right there in the middle of that hell. I'm right about everything today, Carver High. I haven't been wrong once. I'm not even trying to be right. I woke up in a good mood. I don't know what the hell happened.
That doctor you went to. That's what put you in a bad mood. The Pelicans, the doctor guy. The Pelicans have discussed a Brandon Ingram trade with the 76ers, the Rockets, and many others. I guess they want him out of town. Jeff Van Gundy will be the top assistant on the bench for Ty Lue in Los Angeles with the Clippers. Billionaire Julia Koch buys stake in the Nets and the Liberty. The Fever beat the Mystics 88-81 last night. Caitlin Clark had 18, 12, and 6. But Aaliyah Boston had 22, Scotty. Big win for the Fever, who are actually winning games now because they don't have to play 4 games in 5 nights like they were the first month of the season.
Yeah, and I think she's getting better. I mean, she's obviously 18, 12, and 6. That's a career night for, I'd say 80% of the league. And when she's doing it now, what do they have to say now about her? Like, they've called her every other name in the book. They've made her out to be a racist, like apple pie. I mean, it's like she's involved in all controversies about race now, which is absolutely ridiculous. And she's had to deal with that child, Reese, who she behaves like a little child in the sandbox. This crazy dirty player for this guy. You heard me. Crazy, dirty, immature child. You can quote me on all of that. Grow up. And another thing, I'm going to say it again for like the umpteenth time. Honey, you are not a supermodel. I know you think you are. I know you think you're a supermodel, but you're not, okay? Play basketball. You're a double-double machine, just like Coach said. All this nonsense about this chick being some kind of movie star, Met Gala, Cannes Film Festival, fashionista. I'm going to puke. She's a double-double machine basketball player. That's all you are. You're a basketball player. Stop trying to be a movie star. You're not a movie star. I say it to my daughter all the time. You're not a supermodel. Shoot the rock. You're a basketball player. Play basketball. Don't worry about anything else. Fill it up. Like that girl, I can't stand that chick. She's so painful and immature. Grow the F up, you little child. Honest to Christ. I'm right again. I mean, I swear to God, I'm trying so hard to be wrong today, and I just can't do it.
Your gut says Miami is going to win, and you should take the over. Your gut also said your NFT selfies would only go up in value. They didn't. But your head is on SportsGrid and knows the QB is in concussion protocol. The backup has a 45 QBR against the zone coverage. The New York D has the most sacks in the league. So yeah, trust your head. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
There is going to be an energy to game time decisions that you will feel night in and night out. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. I want this to be the place that people come to. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
Rory Mac, it's going to be remembered. It will be a lasting image from the 2024 United States Open, just like Bryson DeChambeau's 55-yard bunker shot.
We love big-time winners. Like, you win a championship, we want to hear from you. You get the stage. Sometimes it's emotional. It's a great watch. We know we also love the losers who said, you know what, I just can't believe I folded down the stretch. Let me face the music here. You sort of get a new light there.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
All right, Carver High, you've got Spew News. The Spew Newsroom is booming today.
Yeah, and it's actually been booming with NBA news. We gave you earlier that J.J. Redick was going to be the next head coach for the Los Angeles Lakers. How about a trade now, Scotty, in the NBA? And it's funny, I was just saying to you how much I like the Thunder next year. I just hope they don't make any stupid trades. I don't think this is a stupid trade, but they were involved in the trade that I'm about to tell you about. The Thunder send Josh Giddey to the Chicago Bulls for Alex Caruso. So two-time all-defensive guard Alex Caruso goes to OKC. Giddey goes to the Bulls. It says here from Wojnarowski, Scotty, the trade allowed the Bulls were determined to find a playmaker to replace Lonzo Ball. Giddey will have the ball in his hands more in Chicago. Too many stars in OKC. Wasn't having the ball enough. So Giddey to Chicago, Caruso to OKC.
Two different kinds of players, right? One guy can deal and can shoot and can score and can pass and can drive. I mean, let's face it, Giddey can play. And then the other guy is just an absolute defensive savage. I think this guy Caruso is just an absolute. He's just an animal defensively, and maybe they think that's what they sorely lack, or you wonder, even I'll put it out there that, this guy had a lot of problems this year with his life. And they may not have been interested in the whole story of what went down. He got cleared of that stuff with the alleged, dating a minor and all this other stuff allegedly. But maybe it didn't sit well with him, and that was their plan all along to get rid of him. Who knows? I think he's a way better player than Alex Caruso is, but he doesn't play defense like Caruso.
Right, and I think that that's the key, right? I think that when you start to think about what the Thunder have built, they've built a lot of really good young players who could score. I don't think we necessarily always correlate those guys to great defense, right? So you take one of those scorers who maybe wasn't as high on your list as what SGA does or Williams, both the Williams, etc., and you slide in a guy who's just going to be about D. I mean, Caruso don't care if he scores 6 points a night. He's going to do a lot of stuff for you out there, and I think that that's probably supplements the Thunder a little bit more than what Giddey was giving him.
And a veteran leader, a defensive specialist leader. He is a guy that has been there, done that, and has been, let's face it, in L.A., in Chicago. I think they regretted, they rued the day they got rid of him in L.A. They never, they tried to sell you that Austin Reeves is this great, hillbilly Mamba, all this other nonsense. You know what? He's not that good. And I'll tell you what, I think that Caruso defensively was perfect on that team. Same thing in Chicago. He gave him all kinds of the same deal. And then he's going to do the same thing in Oak City. The difference is he'll be a leader because they're all so young. And I think Shai Gilgeous is unbelievable and just a star player. But I'm not sure he wants that role of I'm in charge as well and the leader of the team and I got to speak for everything. I think Caruso will take that over the minute he gets there.
I am with you on that. Let me give you another one from the bad idea department. Here we go. The NCAA unveiled a plan yesterday to conference commissioners to expand the NCAA tournament, the men's tournament, from up to 72 or 76 teams. So that would be, Scotty, of course, adding 4 or 8 more teams into the mix from what they have right now. As we always like to say, why do you want to mess with such a good thing? You have such a great thing right now with that tournament. Let's add more teams. Let's send some more teams there.
Well, they did the same thing in football. There'll be 12-team playoffs. Soon it'll be 16 teams. And the basketball tournament we always felt was going to 80. So I think at some level, believe it or not, it's going to be 76. And what they're going to do is they're going to add new locations for play-in games. There'll be still games in Dayton, but then there'll be a new offering somewhere else other than Dayton. Not exactly everyone's idea of a great, weekend getaway to Dayton, Ohio, but that's the reality of that's the truth. I mean, honestly. So here it is. But it's fun going to those games, and those games are good. They're always cool, but they're gonna have a play-in somewhere else as well now. And there's going to be more teams in the tournament. I don't think it's going to affect, frankly, the at-large bids. They're still going to get all their at-large bids. They're just what they're going to do is they're going to add more good teams from bigger conferences that got screwed over.
And I'm fine with that. And if that's what they're going to do, and they're going to make those teams have to play the extra game to get in, I'm cool with that. What I don't want them to do is start pulling more of those small conference automatic bid teams, Scotty, into those play-in games. I don't think that's right. I think part of what's great about the NCAA tournament is the Grand Canyons and the South Dakota States and all these teams getting their chance to play the big boys. You want to go let, Seton Hall play Wake Forest on Tuesday night as a couple more at-large teams. I'm all for it. Don't make those teams lose those Thursday and Friday spots that they've earned, because I think that's what makes the tournament great.
I'm with you on all that. There's nothing else to say.
Yeah, just go with that way. All right, we will come back. I have a few other things for you here today. Of course, I got the Copa coming up tonight. We've got that opener. You and Gabe mentioned it earlier. We have Argentina and Canada. Oh, by the way, Judge homered for the Yankees, Scotty. Yes, they're getting smashed 8-3. But that is some significant news because we were wondering earlier, yes, he missed a game. How's he feeling? Seeing power and seeing him hit a homer makes me feel maybe things are in the clear and Judge is going to be all right. That's a good sign, even though they're getting hammered.
Yeah, I want to hear from him after the game how it felt when he hit it, because he's so big when he swings that bat. If he connects, it goes anyway. Did it hurt his hand hitting that home run is the question I want to know.
So we will do all that. We'll do the Copa when we come back. We're going to talk about the hockey too, Scotty. I can't believe we've got more Stanley Cup final games coming up on Friday night, all the way back to Edmonton for the Panthers and the Oilers.
That's my Friday night.
Your gut says Miami is going to win, and you should take the over. Your gut also said your NFT selfies would only go up in value. They didn't. But your head is on SportsGrid and knows the QB is in concussion protocol. The backup has a 45 QBR against the zone coverage. The New York D has the most sacks in the league. So yeah, trust your head. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
There is going to be an energy to game time decisions that you will feel night in and night out. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. I want this to be the place that people come to. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
Rory Mack, it's going to be remembered. It will be a lasting image from the 2024 United States Open, just like Bryson DeChambeau's 55-yard bunker shot.
We love big-time winners. Like, you win a championship, we want to hear from you. You get the stage. Sometimes it's emotional. It's a great watch. We also love the losers who said, you know what, I just can't believe I folded down the stretch. Let me face the music here. You sort of get a new light there.
The Early Line. Only on SportsGrid.
All right, Carver High, the Copa Ferrall starts tonight with Messi's Argentinian team taking on Canada in Atlanta.
Yeah, nice opener here to get us going with the Copa. Of course, we've been excited with the Euros here for the last week. They're underway, and now the Copa gets involved tonight. You have all the South American teams mixing in this time with the Copa, the North American and the Central. Here are the odds first before I give you tonight's game. For the entire thing, Argentina, of course, are the favorites at plus $180. Brazil at plus 230. Uruguay, Colombia, USA is 12-1. Mexico 14. Ecuador, Chile, etc., Scotty, down the board. Of course, we know how heavy those teams are at the top.
Yeah, so who do you like of all those teams? Like, didn't we get smoked by Mexico in some games? At least once I saw them lose to them.
Yeah.
Are the U.S. for real at all in this thing?
I don't think that they are in the level of, could they win their group? Sure. Maybe win a knockout game? Sure. A couple knockout games. I think when they get to the stage, Scotty, where they're going to have to play, teams like Argentina and Brazil, potentially, back to back. I think that's where unfortunately, the end will come for them. I think that it's hard for me to pick against either Brazil or Argentina. It's very, very tough for me to do that, especially in a competitive tournament.
Yeah, I think I'll go with Medellin.
Here is tonight's game to start things off. As you mentioned, this is in Atlanta, where you will have Argentina and Canada. Canada's gotten a lot better the last few years. Of course, they made that last World Cup, too. Right now, minus 350. In fact, Sky, this has actually gone down to minus 300 at this very second, with plus 425 for the draw and plus 875 for Canada in this game tonight. I, of course, always like to look for a goal scorer. Messi's minus money tonight, Sky. He's minus 125. Maybe a little Julian Alvarez at plus 145 for me for Argentina tonight.
So you need to win in 90 minutes here. Remember my problems in the World Cup when I thought I won the bet? This is a minus 3 bills at 90 minutes, what the score is, right? That's it.
Right.
After 90 minutes.
Remember that in the group stage, they're not playing beyond 90. So that's the one thing that we do have going for us here. There's no extra time. That's when we get into the knockout rounds, is where you could get screwed like you did in the World Cup. There's only 90 minutes in all these group stage matches. So what the number is the number. -3 bills for them. The draw at +425. So keep that in mind.
That's what's going to shake out tonight. They're going to win.
They probably are going to win. I don't disagree with you on that. They're going to have a party down there in Atlanta. All right, Scotty. So there's for the Copa for tonight. I'll give you the update on the golf now, and I'll do all the hockey after you talk to Adam coming up here before we get out of here. Here's the deal. Tom Kim is in the clubhouse with a 62, 8 under. So 2 shots better than Willie Z, Ricky Fowler, Akshay Bhatia, Kurt Kitayama, who are already in the clubhouse as well. Morikawa and Hovland are finishing up on 18. I know that Cantlay and Schauffele and the last couple of groups are dragging right behind them. What I like so far is, Scotty, lots of birdies. The course has been pretty fun, and we have some decent names at the top heading into the weekend. We love the Travelers.
You know, the guy that has been, to me, playing great golf last week at the Open and now again, and he's 3 shots back, is Tony Finau.
Yeah, and Finau was at 6 just a moment ago. He had a tough bogey where he hit the ball in the water on 15 to lose a stroke, but Finau was up there with the leaders. I agree with you. I think he's a guy that has found his game a little bit here and is going to be in the mix not this week and the next couple of weeks, going into a few tournaments he's won in the past, like the Rocket Mortgage. I know you sent me this note, too, about Tiger, which is that they did decide, that policy board, that Tiger could play forever in all the elevated events. So Tiger gets to play as much golf as he wants. They created the lifetime sponsor exemption for him. That's for tournaments like this, Scotty, the Travelers, where it's a $20 million tournament, right. Only 70 golfers. He can play in all those he wants now forever.
Well, so the elevated events are the $20 million events, the big money events, he gets to play in with an exemption forever. And my problem with it is how awful he's been and how he shoots like my buddies now. I mean, honestly, like, I have friends that shoot better. High Heat's a scratch golfer. I mean, this guy, he doesn't play, under par golf anymore. He can't even finish, can't even make cuts. Are you going to let him play in all the biggest events because he's popular?
Your gut says Miami is going to win, and you should take the over. Your gut also said your NFT selfies would only go up in value. They didn't. But your head is on SportsGrid and knows the QB is in concussion protocol. The backup has a 45 QBR against the zone coverage. The New York D has the most sacks in the league. So yeah, trust your head. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
There is going to be an energy to game time decisions that you will feel night in and night out. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. I want this to be the place that people come to. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
It's going to be remembered. It will be a lasting image from the 2024 United States Open, just like Bryson DeChambeau's 55-yard bunker shot.
We love big-time winners. Like, you win a championship, we want to hear from you. You get the stage. Sometimes it's emotional. It's a great watch. We know we also love the losers who said, you know what, I just can't believe I folded down the stretch. Let me face the music here. You sort of get a new light there.
The early line. only on SportsGrid.
Adam Calvin is our NFL insider on SportsGrid and on Coast to Coast over 2.5 decades covering the NFL. You can follow him for free on X at Kaplan NFL, and that is a strong move for you, mister. You should sign up and follow Adam on X, and you'll have all the skinny you need for the NFL season throughout the season. And today we're talking about the Patriots to start because they gave Ramondre Stevenson a bunch of money today.
Yeah, they did. And it's funny in social media, some fans that don't understand Scott, and we'll get into it. Like, why would they do this? The guy's on the final year of his deal. He got hurt last season. Well, a couple things. And by the way, it's a 4-year deal worth $36 million, so $9 million a season. We'll explain to you what that means in the landscape of running back in a minute. But here's the deal. They're going to be a run-based offense. This is what they want with Gerard Mayo and the changes. Alex Van Pelt as the offense coordinator. They want to be a run-first team. And to do it, you need what we call a bell cow. A guy who could handle the rushing load. Stevenson is terrific in the run game when healthy. He's a good player. But he was beat up physically last season. A bunch of injuries. He tried to play through them. And he's also good in the pass game. And they knew he was going to go in the final year. The running back numbers are going up. They wanted him to be a Patriot for a long time. A lot of the holdovers on the staff knew him. They knew Stevenson, so they knew he could handle it. And they made a decision. Why wait? You know, the Barkley deal was very rich, over $12 million a year. We know that McCaffrey got a monster extension. So when you really look at it, how much is really $9 million? He's the 7th highest paid running back in the National Football League is Ramondre Stevenson. And they're getting in early here. They're not going to wait and see the deals in free agency next year go up to $12-14 million per season for the best young running backs. They got him at $9 million. By the way, Josh Jacobs got $12 million, and he's got a 1-year structure. So this is their guy. There's no question about it. They're going to go forward with Ramondre Stevenson as the guy. He has a 4-year extension. Now, as I understand it, I believe it's a 2-year structure. I mean, it's this year plus the first year mostly fully guaranteed. Then they'll see how he does the 3rd year. But the bottom line is for the near future, he's their running back. And they made that decision. They were pretty definitive. And Stevenson said recently to the local media that he was close to getting the extension done. Now he's got it. There's no debate. It's not Antonio Gibson, who might be a 3rd down back. It's clearly Ramondre Stevenson. And again, at $9 million per season, even Joe Mixon, who got $9.875 million in his new deal with the Texans, he's making more, and he's older than Stevenson.
Listen, I got to be honest with you. I have no problem at all with that price tag, and I think that's a deal for the Patriots. Remember when Barkley was struggling to get $10 million out of the Giants, right? And then they gave him $11 million, like they had done him a favor, and gave him an extra $1 million to calm him down because he wanted so much more than being tagged. I think this is the window, Adam, in my opinion, from frankly $9 million to in the range of $13 million, and anyone else above that has to be extraordinary.
Oh yeah, because when Kamara did his deal 3 years ago at $15 million a year, I mean, he was one of the top 3 backs in the league. The Niners just took McCaffrey. They redid his deal. They got some cap relief, but they extended it $19 million per season. So you're right. If you want in today's NFL, because running backs typically don't get paid, if you want to get big-time money, you've got to be exceptional. I thought you said that very well. And now with Stevenson at $9 million a year, it's really not. It's nowhere near what people are making out to be on social media. I don't know what the outcry is. And this guy's a really good football player, and he's been a good 4th-round pick out of the 2021 draft for the Patriots.
Yeah, it's a good deal. It's good for him. It's good for them. It makes sense. Yep. This is the marketplace now for that position. He is certainly not McCaffrey. I would say they got him for what he's worth.
Exactly. Again, and by the way, he was not a free agent. It's another point we need to make here. He was on the final year of his rookie deal, so they extended it 4 years. So, yeah, we understand here. It's not like he was on the street and signed a big free agent deal in March where, yeah, like Barkley did. You mentioned that. He gets just over $12.5 million from the Eagles per season. Well, he was an unrestricted free agent. He was on the market where this player was already under contract. They didn't need to do this deal, but they did, and he's gonna be under team control for 5 more years. It's actually a smart deal from the Patriots standpoint. And a guy, by the way, has been very productive for being a 4th-round pick, and he won't be much of a sharing situation. And I know that they were pretty impressed, as I understand it, with his ability to play through injury last season. He had a bunch of injuries. I remember he got hurt in their game in London, but he was able to play through injury until it kind of ended his season. But this guy's been a good story with a 4th-round pick. I applaud the Patriots for getting this deal done.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, like the Saquon Barkley deal, like they were giving him $11 million with the Giants off of a tag, and then the Eagles got him for $1.5 million more. I thought that was a great move by the Eagles, and I do think he's worth 12. They gave him 12.5. So let's talk now about all of your tanning opportunities that are going to be going on in the great Golden State. You'll be in California a lot because at least 5 teams have moved their training camps to Cali.
This is fascinating. And by the way, there are going to be 6, most of any state. Of the 32 teams, we're going to have 6. Remember, the Niners in Santa Clara in Northern California. So this is interesting. So the Chargers, now, you and I have done segments here on Coast to Coast, right? Over the last 3 years when I've been at Costa Mesa for the Chargers camp at the Jack Hammett Sports Complex. Well, the Chargers are now moving to Los Angeles to what's called the Bowl. They're going to be in El Segundo, right near LAX. So they have their own complex now. That's where we're going to do everything. So what's going to happen is another team's going to move in there from the same division, the AFC West. The Raiders, who, talking to them, they want to get out of the heat. And they're going to move in there to that complex in Costa Mesa. So you'll see me from there. And I'm sure I'll do a segment on the field there. We're on the 40-yard line after practice, which is always fun. And now the Rams, who had been at UC Irvine for many years, they're going to move over to Loyola Marymount, which is closer to Los Angeles. And now, how about this? The Saints, now, here's why they're moving to California just for the summer. They're building a cafeteria, and it's not going to be ready because you can't not feed the players and the coaches in the front office. So just this summer, they're moving to Los Angeles. And it's just funny. And they're going to do it at UC Irvine. So now the Saints and the Raiders, and we'll see if they practice with each other because those camps are about 12 minutes from each other. And as you know, that's in Orange County. So it's really fascinating. So Scott, we're going to now have 5 teams in the LA area, 6 overall in California. It's really, really cool.
So, yeah, Irvine and Costa Mesa are like 5 minutes apart.
I know.
So you would think that they would – that's in Orange County, and it's right near, the airport there in Orange County. I forget, but I used to fly out of there all the time. John Wayne, right?
John Wayne
that's
Airport,
where that.
Yeah,
that's right. So they're probably going to train together. But when did they build this bolt in El Segundo? I never heard of that.
Yeah, they just built it. It is called The Bolt. And, yeah, they actually just got it done this spring. So this will be their first training camp there. And, in fact, they're going to do everything there. Their practices, training camp. And you know what? That sports complex where I've been to in Costa Mesa, where I would do the segments with you, they really play soccer there. I'll give them credit. They've done a good job of somehow having 3 football fields there because you have to. For a training camp, you can't just have 2. You need to have 3. And they're able to do that. But it's not the biggest park in the world. And I just find it interesting that the Saints, who, by the way, had practice, ironically, with those same Chargers at that park, they're not going there. The Raiders are doing that. So, yeah, the whole thing is fascinating to have 5 teams in L.A. And, of course, we have the Niners in Santa Clara, by the way, in Northern California, which is about 90 minutes or a little bit less from downtown San Francisco.
So I took my son to Vegas, and he was blown away by 2 things. One, the Allegiant Stadium, because he's never been there, and he was like, wow, is that the Raiders Stadium? I'm like, yeah, that's Allegiant, where they had the Super Bowl. And he's like, that's amazing looking. And then I took him to the Sphere to see the Grateful Dead, and he thought that was even 5 times cooler than Allegiant Stadium. I think that Sphere is the coolest thing I've ever been in for a stadium of any kind. It's unbelievable. Great stuff today on Stevenson and all the moves to camps in California. Adam, thank you.
Thank you.
Your gut says Miami is going to win, and you should take the over. Your gut also said your NFT selfies would only go up in value. They didn't. But your head is on SportsGrid and knows the QB is in concussion protocol. The backup has a 45 QBR against the zone coverage. The New York D has the most sacks in the league. So yeah, trust your head. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
There is going to be an energy to game time decisions that you will feel night in and night out. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. I want this to be the place that people come to. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
It's going to be remembered. It will be a lasting image from the 2024 United States Open, just like Bryson DeChambeau's 55-yard bunker shot.
We love big-time winners. Like, you win a championship, we want to hear from you. You get the stage. Sometimes it's emotional. It's a great watch. We know we also love the losers who said, you know what, I just can't believe I folded down the stretch. Let me face the music here. You sort of get a new light there.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
All right, once a day, you got to play the free-to-play BetMGM Swing for the Fences game to win great daily prizes. Play as a batter, pick an area of the strike zone, and get a hit, like a single, double, triple, home run, or even a fly out. And you can play it free. Account holders who play the Swing for the Fences are going to have an opportunity to win a reward if they get a hit. Reward types include parlay boost tokens, odds boost tokens, single game parlay boost tokens, bonus spins in eligible casino states, and even bonus bets. Carver Heisman winning left and right playing Swing for the Fences. All rewards expire in 24 hours. Check it out at BetMGM.com or on the BetMGM mobile app. Like I said, get it on iOS or Android and you're styling.
I actually, you reminded me to play with that read just now, and I just did it while you were doing the read, and I got a double. So a double for me today. 33% SGP boost token for tonight, which maybe I can put with all those taters that I like in the Giant Cardinal game down there in Birmingham. I might have to try to put some taters together, Scotty, for roll a big play into that. Let's talk a little bit about the hockey now. Of course, they are still going. Game 6 tomorrow night in Edmonton. Both teams have to make the long trip back north. Edmonton's got no problem with that whatsoever. Florida probably did not think that they were going to be in this position. So, Paul Maurice has been what, Scotty, the last 2 years during these runs? Always been the guy to lean on for a great quote, to shift the attention away from the team. Here he is, actually going to try to sell you that he likes being in this position better than when they were up 3-0. He's actually going to try to sell you that right now with them up 3-2 with 2 games left to go. Here's Paul Maurice.
You're still leading the series, like I said last night, but 3-2's got to look a whole lot different than 3-0 did, obviously.
Yeah, you're going to think I'm lying to you. I'm more comfortable. I understand the feeling of 3-2 because most series are like that. 3-0 is more of an aberration in it. Pressure. I think if you spend enough time, I think we think about these things possibly differently, right? And I'm not sure that I would agree with the assessment that the pressure has shifted so heavily to us. But I'm not going to try to work you to get it out in the meeting so I can possibly shift it over here, right? we've had something that possibly to protect at 3-0, right? Protect the opportunity. We've earned this, now we got to protect it. And they would have had nothing to protect in Game 4, nothing. So there's a little bit of a leveling out of what you feel like you have to protect.
I just really feel like that was an absolute load of Shaq. I have no idea what he was trying to do there at all. Zero. I'm not even trying to figure it out. All I know is they're in big trouble. Like they are getting their ass beat now. And the thing that stands out to me is all the cheap goals that Bobrovsky's been giving up. I mean, he's turned into the Suez Canal. I mean, honestly, his legs are opened up. Did you see the McDavid goal the other night? I mean, your daughter would have made that save. It was a terrible goal. He looks tired to me. Now, remember, last year, he ran out of gas and got worked. And he has been brilliant all the way until 3-0. And since 3-0, he has been lit the F up. And you can say whatever you want. Morency gave you the numbers. The guy, he's terrible right now. He's not stopping anything. What did he say? His save percentage was 640 something? Like, that is awful. That is as bad as I've ever seen in my life in a Stanley Cup final. He has gone from winning the Conn Smythe to having no chance at all to get it at 9-1. He was heavy favorite for the Conn Smythe when it was 3-0. Mike, they're in trouble. Like, I'm not going to be surprised at all if they lose in Ferrall, Alberta tomorrow night and then go home and lose in Game 7.
Look, this is the point in the series where, things change. When these 3-0s, it hasn't happened a lot. We know that. But this is the point where the doubt starts to creep in. And it's the point on the other side where, you get that spark. We could do this. We only got to get 2 more. We're halfway home. For me, here's the biggest thing. It's special teams. They've allowed a shorthanded goal to start each of the last 2 games. They let Edmonton score a shorty to start. You're on the power play
and
with a chance early
lose
in the first. You have a chance to take a 1-0 lead, and we know this. This has been the entire whole playoff and last year. Florida is a better team when they're playing from ahead. They want to take a lead, 1 goal, 2 goals, lock you up, not let you do anything. When they're down 2-0, they're a much different team because they're not good at chasing. They need to be ahead. And letting up shorthanded goals in the first 10 minutes of the first period, that is a recipe for disaster. And they need to stop with that nonsense.
How about
maybe try score first for once, and then they'll be in good shape.
Easier said than done. I think the problem is, I watched the game the other night. I mean, they went 25 minutes without a shot.
Yeah, that too. Edmonton's swarming them right now. Edmonton is all over them. They got all kinds of problems, and it ain't going to end well for them. Here's the odds. Edmonton is favored, Scotty, tomorrow night, and we'll do a lot of this tomorrow as well here on Coast to Coast. -120. That's actually updated from early this morning. And even money for the Panthers, 5.5 with the total again. I'm with you. I think if they win tomorrow, I think they're actually going to finish the job. I think they're going to get the whole thing.
Yeah, honestly, I'm looking at that right there, -$1.25. That's the kind of juice I can live with. And I'm sure that -1.5 goals pays good money too. I'm not going to be surprised at all if they kick their ass. I mean, they kicked their ass in Game 5. It was 3-0. That's getting your ass beat. And they won 5-3, whatever. And they got it to 4-3, but they still gave up another one. I am telling you, I think both of those might be viable, the money line and the puck line.
And I'll tell you this, too. They're going to give McDavid that award now, even if they lose tomorrow night. He's going to win the Conn Smythe. He's going to be the first guy since Jaguar back in 2003. They'll give it to a losing player, especially with the 8 points over 4 games.
I think you're right, Mike.
Your gut says Miami is going to win, and you should take the over. Your gut also said your NFT selfies would only go up in value. They didn't. But your head is on SportsGrid and knows the QB is in concussion protocol. The backup has a 45 QBR against the zone coverage. The New York D has the most sacks in the league. So yeah, trust your head. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
There is going to be an energy to game time decisions that you will feel night in and night out. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. I want this to be the place that people come to. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
Rory Mack, it is going to be remembered. It will be a lasting image from the 2024 United States Open, just like Bryson DeChambeau's 55-yard bunker shot.
We love big-time winners. Like, you win a championship, we want to hear from you. You get the stage. Sometimes it's emotional. It's a great watch. We know we also love the losers who said, you know what, I just can't believe I folded down the stretch. Let me face the music here. You sort of get a new light there.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
All right, Carver High, you got some more hockey stories and other stories, even some boxing for me before the finish.
Yeah, here, let's do a few things here. Yesterday, there was more trades in the NHL than the last trade deadline in March. I think there was more trades yesterday than on the trade deadline. The Flames traded Jacob Markstrom to the Devils, so the Devils finally have a number one goalie. The Kings trade Pierre-Luc Dubois to Washington for goalie Darcy Kemper. Dubois had a lot of change of addresses the last few years. Columbus, Winnipeg, L.A. Now he goes to D.C. The Sharks claim Barclay Goodrow off waivers from the Rangers. He started his career in San Jose. He will go back there. The Canucks are expected to go after Jake Gensel. I hope they have a lot of money up there in Vancouver because that's what it's going to cost to get Jake. All right, boxing. Ryan Garcia yesterday on social media claimed that he is retiring from boxing. Well, maybe he knew that this news was going to come down as well, Scotty, because this just came across the wire. Garcia has been suspended 1 year by the New York State Athletic Commission while his decision victory over Devin Haney has been overturned to a no contest following his positive test for the PED Ostarine. Garcia also forfeited $1 million to Golden Boy and was fined $10K by the commission. What a few months for Ryan Garcia.
All that makes sense except for that weak-ass fine they gave him. He should have lost his entire purse and lost all that money. $10,000 to him's like a lunch bill. I mean, honestly. And I got to tell you, that kid was at the Tank Davis fight the other night that I was at the Grand Garden Arena. He was making a complete ass of himself at the arena. Not only with his behavior, he also got in a fist fight with Caleb Plant at the fight in the third row. Right where I was sitting, he got in a fist fight and then saying stuff about Plant's wife. And then third, he was wearing clothes, like foul language on it and calling Tank a bunch of names. Meanwhile, then afterwards, he's up on the ropes, knobbing Davis, acting like they're best friends. My man is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, and he's a tool. He's a tool.
He is. Tank Davis is going to make a move to a unification with Lomachenko. And Adesanya is going to fight UFC 305 against Duplessis. So good luck to the style bender getting back.
Listen, I think the Tank Davis-Lomachenko fight will be enormous if they're able to pull it off and make that fight happen. I think that'll be a huge event and pay-per-view without a doubt in Vegas, and you can smell it coming. The Ferrall finish. Actor Donald Sutherland has passed away at 88. Great actor. Donald Sutherland gone at 88. Former NBA player Nate Robinson is on dialysis and needs desperately a new kidney. You remember him, the little dude from the Knicks. Justin Timberlake busted Tuesday in the Hamptons. DWI mugshots. They've dragged him through the mud. They've just absolutely crucified this guy since he got popped. And I mean to tell you, they've shown everything. Him driving, swerving, blowing stop signs. I mean, my man is having a bad day. Car Jitsu, approved for betting in New Jersey, where two guys fight inside a sedan. I mean, I'm not even making this stuff up. And I thought the slap league was bad. Car Jitsu, Mafia signing up already to have his first fight in a Malibu. Michael Irvin reveals his 58-year-old wife has Alzheimer's. I don't wish that on anybody. I've dealt with that. New York Mayor Eric Adams under fire for scoring free U.S. Open tickets. Hey, wait a minute. Can't the mayor of New York City get some free ducats to sporting events in New York? Like, who cares if he has free tickets to the U.S. Open? They act like he's sleeping with somebody or cheating on somebody or robbing someone. Like, who cares if he gets free Nick or U.S. Open ticket, Yankee ticket? He's the mayor, for Christ's sakes. Honestly, mom sues the Museum of Modern Art design shop after a $200 pot explodes onto her genitalia while cooking soup. We have the exploding soup bucket onto this woman. She's suing everyone. I didn't know they made soup at the Museum of Modern Art, Carver High. In the middle of winter, we're going to have to go over there with our with our crackers and have some soup to heat us up. Florida authorities on high alert after 3 shark attacks in a single day, including a woman who had her arm bit off. I am finding it less likely that I'm going to be getting in the ocean anytime soon as I get closer to 59 and the rest of the road travel. I do not want to be in water where I don't know what's happening underneath me. Swimming pools are bad enough in the city. I refuse to get into the ocean. I've had it. GTD is next. Go to FerrallOnEvents.com. Chicks dig me. We'll see you tomorrow at 3 East on Coast to Coast.
You got Porzingis, you got Holiday, you got Derek White, you got literally, I would say what, 5 guys can get you 20 points in a game?
I know people will say it's, only one guy. I don't believe that, Coach, that, one guy, those days are over, in my opinion, like, a Bill Russell, a Wilt Chamberlain.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
Your gut says Miami is going to win, and you should take the over. Your gut also said your NFT selfies would only go up in value. They didn't. But your head is on SportsGrid and knows the QB is in concussion protocol. The backup has a 45 QBR against the zone coverage. The New York D has the most sacks in the league. So yeah, trust your head. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
Garrett Cole is getting ready to come back, too. I guess look, they've played great without him, but you're not going to say to Garrett Cole, look, don't come back. I mean, it's a ridiculous conversation to have.
They're not going to take any unnecessary chances. And look, they're at the point where they have a lead. They certainly are going to make the playoffs, I would say, barring some sort of complete collapse. And that's all it takes.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
8 playoff games at home for Boston in Beantown. They are 6-2 straight up.
The wild card, I would say, in this game is not necessarily, well, what are we going to get out of Luka Doncic, Kyrie Irving, Brown, and certainly Tatum. It is Kristaps Porzingis to me, because we're not getting back a player that's like, hey, rotational guy. Like, remember when Derek Lively went down with the injury? He was playing well, but a young player, like a piece.
The early line. Only on SportsGrid.